Hi, welcome back to the Jane Doe Show. We were on break for summer, but we have a really big show planned for today. So we want to start off with making a banana cake. I had a little mishap in my kitchen last night, so a lot of times we have stuff prepped, but I want to have Andy. He's my little baking partner. He's going to come over and help me in the kitchen. We'll start with that today. So Andy, come and join me. Banana chocolate chip cake. The recipe is on my Facebook page. But we'll also put it up with here. This is something that my grandma made for me all of the time, and I love this. Andy, why don't you take those and peel them, and then smash them up with a fork in the bowl. We have extra bananas. I think I feed a tribe of monkeys at my house because we go through a lot of bananas. But then it gets to a point where, people won't eat the bananas. So this is a really great way to use them. So the banana cake, we're going to start off with. Andy's going to do the bananas, and I will start assembling the rest of the ingredients. Oh, here's our pan too you're going to use. I better preheat the oven. I forgot to do that before we started.
That's a good idea. That'll help.
So Andy, what did you do with your summer vacation? We were off for 2 months. Did you do something fun?
Yeah, I went back to Minnesota where I'm from and hung out with my family.
Yeah?
For a couple weeks. Had a good time. Got to see my nephew. Got to go to the Minnesota State Fair. It was a nice time.
I saw a really interesting show on one of the channels the other day talking about the fair food and stuff. Yeah. And it's just astounding what some of those people, well, I've been watching the Fry Master thing lately.
Yes, you can have anything fried you want.
I love deep fried. We need to do kind of a special on that.
Andy, you were saying that they have like deep fried steaks on a stick.
Yeah, everything on a stick and everything deep fried. So.
Oh, no, okay.
Pork chops on a stick.
Food on a stick.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this recently, and I wasn't really going to talk about this right now, but I guess we will. Tonight, a big event that a lot of us here are really excited about. We are going to see Jason Isbell is in town tonight at the Crescent Ballroom. Crescent Ballroom is one of the places in town that I really like a lot, and I like it for a lot of reasons, and one of them kind of makes me seem like a real middle-aged old lady, but they have great bathrooms there, more than one. A lot of bars, Old Town Tavern in Scottsdale, man, that is not a good place to be drinking and have to pee.
Well,
so
I love Old Town Tavern.
I know you do, Em.
I go there twice a week.
You can see Emmett there with Mark Zuby at Old Town Tavern a lot of times during the week, which is really nice.
So I would never say that I don't.
No, well, come on, the bathroom situation, especially where the band plays, you get a lot of shots in at the urinal from where you're playing, right?
And of course, it's into the men's urinal.
Right? Yeah, you don't. Well, girls don't use a urinal, Emmett.
Well, yeah.
We don't. It's a concept I think they've tried to do, but women have been really resistant to that whole standing up peeing thing.
How much should I smash these bananas?
That's good enough to be smashed. Yeah. And then why don't you I have a couple of things of milk in the fridge.
Yep.
This particular recipe calls for either buttermilk or sour milk. And I know most people do not have buttermilk at their house. It's not a real standard sort of thing. So it's really easy to make your own buttermilk. You just need to put some sort of an acid agent into the milk, which is vinegar, white vinegar, and it will start to curdle. So when you start this recipe, you want to have your eggs at room temperature, which, let me get my eggs. I just stuck them in the fridge, so they won't be too bad. It's important to have room temperature ingredients on certain things that it calls you to, because it helps your things incorporate better. People really don't realize that there is a little bit of a reason why.
Right.
Okay, and the sour milk, one of these. Let's start making a sour milk. Why don't you give me 3/4 of a cup of milk in there?
Alrighty.
Could you now just leave a gallon of milk out in the sun?
No, that would be gross. And
that'd be spoiled.
Yeah, it'd be spoiled. That's different.
We're talking spoiled versus sour.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, there is some rationale with the whole baking thing. Like people ask, why do you use buttermilk? Well, on like real buttermilk, when people use buttermilk because there's no fat in buttermilk. So that's why they use it. But if you're making your own, of course, this is whole milk. Why don't you put a nice heaping tablespoon of that vinegar in there, stir it around and let it set. And you want to be able to make this first thing when you're doing stuff because you want your milk to be able to set for a couple of minutes so that it sours. That's okay. A little bit more than that's fine. Now give it a little stir, a tiny bit more.
There we go.
That's good. All the whole thing won't hurt, Andy. Stir it up. Leave that in there. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh, you're dripping all over my counter.
Yep.
And that, I use white vinegar for so many things. Do you use white vinegar
I
a
use
lot
it
at
all
your
the
house?
time. Yep. I use it to clean up stuff every once in a while. Use
All
it
right.
for my deviled eggs.
You want to measure some stuff for me and I'll
Yeah, I
tell
will.
you?
Okay.
All right, are you a good measure?
I am.
We want 2.5 cups, or 2.25 cups of flour.
2 cups. Okay. Thank you.
I always use the knife. Do you always use the knife?
I do.
Make it level. Very nice. Did you take home ec in high school? Did you
We
grad-
had to. Yeah, we did.
You had to. You didn't
Yes.
get a choice.
No, it was a requirement in our school.
You know what we did? I grew up in Central Illinois, and something that we did every year that was a big thrill to me that I know people will laugh at is we had a square dance.
Square.
A square dance, and that was a really big deal. Yeah.
Nice.
Quarter, there you go. 2.25 cups of flour. This is a really nice, easy recipe too because you don't
Okay.
have to worry about
2.25.
separating your ingredients. Yes, and now give me 1.5 cups of sugar.
Okay.
And our milk is working on getting to its sour stage that we want.
1.5 cups.
1.5 cups.
Okay.
Oh, you got your quarter? You gonna use your quarter?
I can just use that twice. Yeah, why not?
Yes.
You two chicks sure can bake. Look at
Nice.
all that hair over there.
There we go.
You're just jealous. Don't be a hater, man.
Completely jealous.
Yeah, don't be a
I wanna
hater.
help in the
He wants
kitchen.
to help as
Is
well.
You
He's
are
whimpering
more.
over here.
You know,
Rudy
Em.
come in there too?
You're the savory cook. But you know, we're gonna do the 1-pan pasta with Emmett because Andy is my baker, but Emmett is more of the cook. So why don't you come join us, Emmett, so you can
Okay.
go ahead and get started. I'll have Andy finish up the ingredients that he has to have on this.
Yep.
Here's the recipe right here that
Okay.
you can see. It's got baking powder, baking soda, and salt. As we talked about with baking with sour milk, it does make some differences. You can't just decide you're going to use sour milk in your recipe because it has more acid in it than regular milk does. So if you were to put sour milk in a regular recipe, you'd have to reduce the amount of baking soda that you put in and work more baking powder into the recipe so that it would leaven properly. So Andy's gonna put the rest of the dry ingredients over there, and I'm gonna get Emmett started on doing some of our veggies. We're gonna do a wonderful, both the dishes that we're doing today are gonna be done in under 30 minutes. This cake takes about 22 to bake, and the pasta takes 15 minutes to make. So these are both things you could cook up really fast for dinner. Emmett is gonna chop up some zucchini that I have washed up here for him in halves, and then he's gonna cut nice little chunks. Now, I found this 1-pan pasta recipe, and I really liked it, but it didn't have enough veggies in it for me, so I wanted to incorporate more veggies. So I added the mushrooms and the zucchini into my recipe, but you can't cook the zucchini in with the pasta the entire time because it would be too soft. If you still want to do it in one pan, you can do it that way, but I put my zucchini in as my first item. I saute it in a little olive oil, then I take it off and put it to the side and do the entire pasta recipe as a whole and add the cooked zucchini back in, or else it gets too mushy and cooked and it's not
Yeah.
very good,
And
right?
This
I-
vegetable is very.
It's got to
Very
be al
fragile.
dente, crunchy. And the first time I tried doing it, you know, because don't you do that, Emmett? Like you find a recipe and you like it, but you want to tweak it a little bit, add
of
different
course.
things. So I didn't really think about that the zucchini would become so gross if I cooked it in with the pasta for 15 minutes, but I learned. Okay, so he's gonna chop up that zucchini, and then he's also gonna prepare some garlic chopped in little pieces for us, and we're gonna leave Emmett to his chopping chores and get back to the cake, because we really wanna get this cake in the oven.
Dry ingredients are ready.
All the dry ingredients are there, and you know, when you put dry ingredients, you're always just gonna stir it up a little bit so everything's incorporated. Now, Andy, you wanna put that onto the mixer.
Okay.
Let's check our milk is starting to thicken a little bit. Oh, it's got to click down on the back too. The KitchenAid. Love my KitchenAid. Hear it?
There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, see, now you ain't got to get that in there. Do you have a mixer at home?
I have one, but it's not this fancy.
Oh.
It's a little hand.
It's a little, oh, I need a hand mixer though too, because sometimes I think I need 2 KitchenAids, because when I really get
There you
going, cranking, I need a couple of them going at the same time.
Mine.
Do you, what color is yours?
I was just gonna say I have a white one.
Oh, well, that's okay.
It's very.
That kind of goes with
I want to get
everything.
one that has the flames on it. They make the flame.
Oh, to go with your jacket
Yes,
whenever
yes.
you walk Katy Perry down the red carpet.
Right, there we go.
Awesome. Okay, so Andy's got all of his dry ingredients. He's going to put 2 eggs our 3/4 cup of sour milk that we've made. And this recipe is my grandmother's recipe. Originally, when she made it for us all the time, it calls for a 1/2 cup of shortening. Well, lately, let me move my drink out of the way. I don't want you to get egg in my drink. I gotta be careful with the eggs. I have been really trying to pay attention on ways to be healthy because I'm really not. I love to bake, cook, I love food. I think it's all about moderation, but I am trying to be more careful in some of the things that I use. So instead of the shortening on this, I've been using coconut oil in a lot of my baking, and I'm really, really happy with it. And I was really happy with the results that I got in using it in this. I test things a lot of times with my neighbors, and after taking this to them, she said that was the best one that you'd ever made.
Excellent.
And coconut oil, Dr. Oz had it on his show a few weeks ago talking about, that's a great site to look up to see. You know, he's a little Mediterranean doctor, right? He's wonderful. I love Dr. Oz. But I've substituted the coconut oil in a lot of my baking lately. And if you read about it, the benefits of it are great versus I'm a big butter fan, but I know that this is a lot healthier option. And it's good for your skin. It's good for your hair. Like you can use it, rub it through your lovely locks. So what?
Lacking in that, then.
Oh, well, it's good for your skin.
Okay.
Yeah, and Andy's hair. It's good for Emmett's skin and Andy's hair. So let's put a 1/2 cup of that in. And the ratio of this would be just the same as what you were using of butter or shortening.
And then do
So-
we put all this in before we start mixing? Or do we
Yeah,
do
you
that
can
at
put
the-
it all in there.
Tilt this up a little bit.
You know what you could do too is,
Could use the.
yeah.
That'll work.
Andy's gonna get that in there, pour that in there, and then we still need a little bit of vanilla. The recipe will be available online. It's already on the Facebook page. If anybody follows us on Facebook, you can follow us on Twitter too, JaneDoughTv. Tramps and Thieves, you tweet too. We've been talking about this.
Rarely,
Tweet.
rarely.
Yeah, we're learning and doing this. So he's gonna put the little bit of vanilla in there. And the milk in there. He's gonna mix it all up. You
Jane,
put your.
did you want to get the?
Oh, let's get that zucchini
going?
cooking. Yeah, we gotta get that going. Throw those banana things in the trash for me, Em, will you? Get those out of our kitchen. I know that people expressed that using the stove sometimes is a little difficult, and you can't see Emmett's pretty face when he's back there stirring, right? I love an electric skillet. I use one quite a bit. I use a pressure cooker. A lot of people don't use that. Man, I love to cook meat in a pressure cooker. Did your mom do that back in Minnesota?
Not all that often.
Okay, hold on.
I don't think this works.
You gotta.
Oh.
Hey!
It was almost stirring. It was begging to be stirred.
Oh, very good. See, again, this is such an easy thing.
Yeah.
All the ingredients in one. Now, my grandmother always made it just the banana cake like this, but I think it's a lot better with a cup of chocolate chips thrown in there when you're making it. You can use dark chocolate or
Bananas in there,
semi-sweet. Oh yeah, let's get those bananas. That's our other wet
You
ingredient.
need a little bit of oil or something.
I got some olive oil in a squirter right there. I put all my oils in that I use a
that's-
lot in these.
Just a little bit, right?
Yeah,
To get it
a
going.
little bit.
Jane, I have a question. How thick do you cut this garlic? Do you slice it? Is that
Well,
about right?
that is really good, but with garlic, Emmett, I think it kind of,
down?
it depends on the person too. A lot of people, I love garlic. Garlic
yeah.
is really good for you. And in this,
Keeps vampires away.
it does. It keeps vampires away.
And nobody likes vampires.
No, it's a real problem anymore. So we're going to go ahead, since the one pan, we throw all that zucchini.
Okay, and we'll get this going, and then.
We're going to get this going. Well, we really want to get the cake, and that's the big. We want to have all this done in a half an hour, and I know
Okay.
you're hungry.
Hey, man.
And I want to, and you're going to sing to me today.
I'm gonna.
How many chocolate chips are we putting in here?
I like to put. Oh well, you're not going to do it yet. You don't want to mix it in your batter. Oh no.
Put it on the top.
Oh, I actually sometimes I used to mix it in with the batter, but then I kind of found that they sunk too much to the bottom, and then if you don't have a spatula serving it, then you have all these little chocolate chips stuck to the bottom of your pan.
Okay.
Not good, right? You don't get them. Yeah, spray that with some cooking spray. What I have been doing lately is I make all the batter, then I put the batter into my pan, then I put all the chips on top. That way you really get to see them a lot more. They don't fall all the way down into the bottom of your cake, and it's just really wonderful.
Excellent.
I have a spatula for you. So go ahead. Put that into your pan to bake. I wish I had this much help in my kitchen all the time.
You do, don't
Yeah.
you?
No, I
should.
don't. I don't.
You should.
Yeah, people at my house are very spoiled with all the.
I got a deal worked out with Katie where I cook and she cleans it up, and it works magically.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
You should talk to my people about that.
I will.
That would be
I will.
great. All right, you got the
John Doe,
cake
right?
going. No, well, what? There's a whole controversy. You know, the Pillsbury Doughboy. There was that thing on Facebook that just recently passed. Woo!
Did you mention that Tito's Vodka is also a sponsor?
No, they're not a sponsor, but boy, do I love them. Yeah, I'm a vodka girl. Well, I am always getting you guys our local brewery because, you know, we're big local people. We are.
Peaks.
Four Peaks.
Love it.
I'm not a beer drinker, but I
love those guys.
I get you the 8th Street Ale
That's
that you
right.
like. And
Kilt
little
lifter.
Scotty likes the kilt lifter, yeah. And I was a little disappointed. Costco, you know, I have a mad love affair with Costco. That's one-sided. But
No, they love your credit card. Too.
I think they do. I get a nice check back from them every year based on what I spend, which is really nice. But they carry Four Peaks beer there, but only kilt lifter in a case.
That's a really big seller.
Apparently,
they sell a ton of kilt
it
lifter.
is. But out of the three of you, Scott's really the only kilt lifter drinker, right?
Yeah.
You like it a little too?
Yeah,
I
I'll
do as
drink
well.
it.
You drink it?
Yeah, I'll drink it. I like it. I like
Yeah?
it all.
It's beer, right?
You don't drink it.
No. Okay. Oh,
You know, it's a Scottish ale.
I do.
really?
Yes.
I was not aware of that. Talking about things we are not aware of. We have a little new segment we're going to have this time. Well, one, we talked about this before. Little Scotty, our band leader, musical director, is going to be doing live chat, which we're working on and may have some problems with. But this time on the show, we're going to do a giveaway. And we've talked about some of the things I like to do. I like to
Right.
cook. I like to sew. I like to
Very
do stuff.
crafty.
Very crafty, right? I have a thing about containers and stuff.
Stuff to put stuff in.
Yeah, stuff to put stuff in. I love it.
need that.
I love it. Oh,
ready to go.
that's
Yeah.
beautiful, Andy. Look at that. Pop that in the oven. Now, normally this takes like 25 to 30 minutes to cook, but this is a slightly larger pan. I believe it's a 10 by 13 or 10 by 14 instead of a 9 by 13 pan. I know that's a little, but so it'll cook a little bit faster. I like this particular pan. It's my favorite one to use. You don't want to get those too. Maybe put a little salt on them. You think a little salt on them?
Sure.
And they're almost there. We want to turn them off and get them out of there soon because, you know, we talked about this gooey. You like that kosher salt in the dish I've got going on?
do.
Left shoulder for good luck. It's left shoulder. Yeah.
Over your left shoulder.
Over
too.
my left shoulder. Very good. All right, the cake's in. I think that's just about good.
Should we add this garlic in there?
No, we don't. We don't want to cook the garlic. This is the only thing we're worried about it not being right. And you're done with that?
I'm done. It's
Cake's
ready
in
to
the
go.
oven. You set the timer for 22 minutes? Oh, let's set the timer for 22 minutes. It usually takes 25 to 30, but based on my pan, I think it's going to go a little faster, and we're really trying to get this done today. I think that zucchini is about,
Okay, well, let's
about
pull it.
set. Yeah, pull that zucchini. You can put it right back out on our cutting board here, okay? Oh, do you do all the cooking at home?
I do. No, check that. Katie just made me a crock pot. What was it? A chicken enchilada crock pot thing on
Ooh,
Sunday.
very nice.
And she froze it, so
Yeah.
now we can enjoy it again this Sunday.
You know, that's very nice.
Great.
I do an awful lot of that, making meals and freezing them. Little Scotty's a beneficiary of that a lot. I use him as one of my sampling guinea pigs, I say, but really it's, I
Poor
know
Scott.
I know he doesn't eat. You see the stuff he does, his videos he posts, and he's playing soccer and he's riding bikes, and I just know he's not eating right. And you guys are like, you know, you're like my little brothers, man. I gotta feed you. Do you want a cookie? You're what? Don't call me mom though. That really, I said big sister, man. Yeah, I'm only a couple years older than all of you, I believe.
Is it time for me to leave the kitchen, or can I stay?
You know what? I think I want you to sing now. I think we're about to the point where we're gonna have you sing, and I can get ready for our next segment.
Goodbye, JaneDoughTv Nation.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to have the guys go over and sing. Last time you guys all performed as a band was, 2 weeks ago at Last Exit? Yep. Another local club that we really like. Yeah, talking about our drinks that we're having today, that's the one thing I find very puzzling about Last Exit. They must have a bad liquor license because they only serve beer, wine, and sake.
Yeah, but they do have some interesting sake shots and stuff.
They use it to the full extent of what you can with sake, with all kinds of shots and drinks. And
You know what, Melissa?
Yeah.
Those
Jane.
Jane. Those guys spent a fortune on the sound system in that place, and it sounds better or as
club.
good as any place that we have played in Phoenix in 12 years.
I had been
and all
dying.
the booze and all that stuff is to come.
Now, I've been dying for you to play there because it really did seem like a really good fit for you guys. So I will have a glass of wine, or maybe you can tell me a good sake drink to have next time.
Okay.
Because I don't do beer, man. It's too many calories.
You can come in the green room. There's
I gotta
plenty of
fit in
booze
this
the
skirt,
green
man.
room.
We can sing today.
Song called Indiana.
Ooh,
Hey, can I give some more props to Last Exit?
sure.
So Brannon had Last Exit in Tempe,
Uh-huh.
and that came along right at the right time. Long Long's closed.
Nita's was in the midst
Nita's
of
was
closing
going
out.
through close.
Yeah.
He saved a bunch of us. I mean, we wouldn't have anywhere to play if it weren't for him. I
Well,
mean that.
Going to see local music, I think it's something I didn't do a lot when I was younger, and I'm older now, but I appreciate it so much. Being able to go to a small club venue, 15, 20 minutes from my house, and it's just wonderful. I love it. And these guys I saw as an opening act, Tramps and Thieves, how I met them. They were an opening act for Roger Klein up at the Orpheum Theater in Flagstaff for a New Year's Eve show. And what were you guys dressed like? You were dressed in costumes at that show.
You were just wearing suits.
No,
jackets,
you had those jumpsuit things on, like you were the Ghostbusters,
that
but
was-
not.
That was in Jerome.
Yeah.
That was for
Oh,
Halloween in Jerome.
I thought you did that in Flagstaff for New Year's, but that was the first time I saw them about 3 years ago, I
Yeah.
think, right? And I just thought they were awesome, and I loved the idea of being able to go see really great music, local, that, you know, not recorded stuff. You're watching a live show. There's really something great about going out and participating in the live things that are going on in your city. But, go ahead. Are you ready to sing?
I remember that show, and I remember that we were supposed to be wearing suit coats.
Right.
And I remember you guys were really disappointed with me because the only undershirt I had my blazer, was a camouflage T-shirt. Do you guys remember that?
No.
Well, you always got to stick
Dressing,
I didn't
dressing down.
actually
Yeah.
meet
It's
you
camouflage.
guys.
It doesn't stick out.
Yeah.
I blended right in with
Yeah, exactly.
the back curtain.
I wasn't brave enough to speak to any of you that first night that I saw you play.
I can be intimidating. I know.
Very much so. I mean,
It's his height.
the celebrity around you all is something else. But hey, you guys you talk to me the next show. I fell in love. Yeah, right. You all know it. And
Thank you, Jane.
Yeah.
And here we are.
here
And
you
here we are.
are.
I'm the
And your
leader of
kid-
this band
and your
and the
kid-
musical director of this show.
I'm fourth in line in the band, I think, now.
Oh, you guys are my three favorites. You know it.
Well,
Let's
Sing
play
me
one, Emma.
Indiana.
Pour your little heart out.
All
buddy.
right.
Yeah.
This
Tell me about
one's
your
about
feelings.
some feelings.
When the nights are cold and you're not around me to keep me warm, babe. Snow's on the ground, but I'm not falling like I felt before. And she turned and said to me, "You are too good for this town. It's time to pack my bags and leave. Get to where I'm bound, and I don't need her. I don't need her. She don't need me anymore. Someone came and left me right here on the west coast, so far, far from home, and a been feeling better, better than ever than I ever felt before. And she turned and said to me, you are too good for this town. It's time to pack my bags and leave. Get to where I'm bound, and I don't need her. I don't need her. She don't need me anymore. She turned and said to me, you are too good for this town. It's time to pack my bags and leave. Get to where I'm bound, and I don't need her. I don't need her. She don't need me anymore. Autumn leaves keep falling, colors keep changing. Not on this old tree. These days are green, so green without me. They're envious of me. But she turned and said to me, you are too good for this town. It's time to pack my bags and leave. Gonna get to where I'm bound, and I don't need her.
I like that one a lot, I gotta
It's a good one,
say.
Stick.
It's one of my favorites. Y'all know my favorite one is always, though, but that's one of my favorites.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
We got to give a shout out to AJ Piga who co-wrote that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Very nice. I never
Former
knew
band
that.
member.
I thought it was all you.
No,
You,
no.
you ever met AJ?
I don't believe that I have.
He's an awesome
Good
guy.
egg.
Good
Awesome guy.
egg. All right, Emmett, get over here. We got to get this pasta going, man. We are going. Emmett, your cake, or Andy, your cake still got 11 minutes left on it. Scott?
Hey, Jane Doe, we're having a little trouble with the chat function on the live show.
Yeah?
So I just logged into my Facebook.
Uh-huh.
We have many mutual friends
We do.
on the Facebook. So if you have questions for Jane Doe, direct them towards my Facebook, and maybe we can answer
Okay,
them
the
that way.
Ustream thing isn't going. So we can't have people respond back then?
Not currently.
Nico, our producer, I'm asking you. Not currently.
Hang on, let me listen to my ear.
You're just gonna have to hear the response from Scott. Scott will read them to you.
Oh, Scott will read them to me. Okay, so can we do the giveaway on the boxes? Okay.
Would you like this side?
I want you to get started on this, and then I'm gonna talk about the giveaway. We don't have the recipe, but that's okay. This is easy. 1 pan pasta. You're gonna throw everything in that pan.
Okay, and just kind of keep it going.
Yeah, but not the zucchini because we don't want it to mush
we're
up.
gonna add that later.
That's right. Put your garlic in.
Okay.
I added mushrooms to this recipe
I
because
love
I love
mushrooms.
mushrooms, and I left them big enough so Scott Howard can pick them out because I know he does not like them in anything that I do.
It's very considerate.
I do try to be very considerate about
Now,
that.
should I put a little?
Okay.
oil
Well,
in
we're
the
going to
thing?
put 2 tablespoons of olive oil in this when we do it.
All right, let's just put it on the side, and then we'll mix.
Oh,
it
that's
together.
not even near 2 tablespoons worth of oil.
There.
That's not either. Yeah, that looks
All right.
better. Okay, to me, I love pasta.
Everything.
I'm a big carb girl. I've never cooked pasta in just,
What?
and you're not going to drain it when you're done.
Wow, that's great.
So I do a whole box of pasta. That is a little over 2 cups of cherry tomatoes, grape tomatoes, cherubs, whatever kind of little baby red tomato that you want to do. Cut in half. No.
Oh,
We're actually going to put the basil in at the end.
very sorry, Jane.
It'll be too roughed up. Put that water in
I
there.
had too much Tito's this afternoon.
You know, in New Zealand, it's tomorrow.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so we can drink whatever we
In
want.
Australia, it's almost summertime.
Yeah.
good.
So you want to put all of these things into one pan. We've got the onion.
Do I put all the water in here, Jane?
Yeah, and actually you're going to want more than that. That was 4 cups, and you're going to want like 5 cups of water.
Okay.
And I'm going to have you use this very dangerous kitchen
my
tool.
gosh.
I almost removed half of my thumb a few months ago.
Is that why I'm using
That's
it now?
why you're using it. Well, I'm going to give you the guard, which you should really use.
You know who we should have help with this is Andy.
I would not have I cut half my thumb off.
You would?
And I wrapped it up, and I called someone and said, hey, are you on your way over here now or what? And they said, yeah. And I go, good, because I have a pretty bad cut going on my thumb, and I'm not sure how bad it turned up high. We want it to boil.
Okay.
I'm not sure how bad this cut really is, so I just want to make sure somebody's going to be here in a while to check on me because I was kind of freaking out. But you've got it up on high.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's
400?
it.
Okay.
I love an electric skillet. I really do.
It's easy cleanup.
Another cup of water in there. You want
Okay.
5 cups of water. And then I'm going to give you the dangerous job that, here we go. When I was a little girl, growing up in Illinois, my grandfather was a farmer. And every year, there would be rows and rows and rows of sweet corn that he would plant that then, you have to bring in the summer. My family would all gather around, and there would be so many people at the house putting up corn. My grandma's farm corn. We're going to have to make that sometime. And they used mandolin slicers to get the corn off of the cob. And inevitably, every year, someone almost cut off a finger doing it because they're very dangerous. That's a very, very sharp blade. And we think we're really good with using it, but again, I almost
that's
cut
what
off a
happens. You
See, you're supposed to use this.
Let your guard
Yeah,
down.
this little tool here is, it helps you from...
wow, that's great.
Yeah, because it holds onto it, right, so that your fingers aren't on there doing it.
Okay.
Okay? You want to do this for me? You go like that.
Sure.
Cut the rest of it up. I'll get rid of the trash. How about that?
Yeah, thanks. Thanks,
So
Jane.
you do that. We want a whole onion. Ooh, I threw it in the wrong. A whole onion. So we used a whole onion.
I feel like
About.
I'm working at In-N-Out Burger or something.
Have you worked there before?
No.
No?
That was it. I mean, that was
See look how easy that is.
lickety split.
Now take all of that onion that you just did, and put that all in this pan as well.
Hey, Jane Doe.
Yes, Scotty.
Do you have time for a question from the interwebs?
Well, sure. What's the question?
Emmett, perk up your ears there. This one might
I'm
be.
all
Okay,
ears.
we're listening.
yes.
We're listening.
Okay, this comes from Jeff Shaw
Oh,
out
excellent.
of Tempe, Arizona. I think it might be a joke. I'll let you judge.
Well, I know Jeff, so we'll see.
Okay, here's the question.
Is it clean?
What is the flight velocity of an unladen swallow?
Fast.
Does he know this is a cooking show? I would like to ask if Jeff is aware it's a cooking show.
He's a special guy. I'm not sure
He's
if he does.
admitted-
I know he's a special guy we've met.
He's also a pilot, so there
Yeah,
might be some.
he's mid-flight, I'm sure, at this point right
Yeah.
now. So just tell him he should pay attention to what
I was just gonna say, Jeff Shaw.
If he
pay
wants-
attention to the skies there.
Oh, I'm really getting. This is the first time I've ever done it in an electric skillet, and I'm a little concerned about this.
Why is that?
Because it's not behaving the same way it does when I do it on a big pan on the stove.
Okay.
Because it should just, really, you've got it up on high.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
You know,
You want to.
you know what we should maybe do? Maybe I should make us a drink, and then we can wait for it while we had
well,
something to do.
we could also talk about my little project over there
Okay,
too.
let's do that.
That is, what do you call those? Like, are they foot lockers?
It's like a trunk.
A
I think.
trunk, a foot locker.
Yeah.
So I have this trunk, Halloween trunk that I have made. It was a foot locker. It looked really bad and was in really bad shape. But like we talked about, I really love containers. So I painted the whole thing, and then I used stencils to do all of these things on it, and then you do little hand-painted accents. I do a lot of things like this, the cigar boxes, the kitchen that we showed in another show. I really like repurposing items. This particular Halloween trunk that I made is going to be available at a charity auction that's coming up on October 10th at McCormick Ranch at a golf tournament for the International Cancer Advocacy Network. Do we have a slide to put up on there, Nico? A girlfriend of mine, I've been very... And so I'm donating it for their auction. If you're involved or if you ever want to see anything like this, you can go to the ICANN site and go to their event on October 10th and get it. Or you can always contact me about these sort of special items.
You
Now,
haven't showed your...
I know, now our containers and stuff I love to do. I love cigar boxes,
Yeah.
Emmett. And I know neither of these are Michigan.
But I went to ASU.
Which, okay, I know, but you're
I'm an
Michigan.
alum.
Okay, one of our trivia questions. Can we do the trivia things? ASU. I will give this box away today
Okay.
as a prize to whoever comes with the correct answer.
Do they have to?
They'll
send to Scott?
type it in on the site, right?
Okay.
On the JaneDoughTv stream page.
Okay.
And they will know Arizona State University, Sun Devils.
Yep.
What was the original mascot for the Arizona State University Athletic Department? That's what we want to know. If you can tell me, first person who tells me
Okay.
the original mascot, give us your address when we tell you one, and I'll mail this to you.
Cool.
Okay, and now our other university.
Then we use this one. For
I
the
know. I know we've got.
garbage
I know we've got 3, but I only did the 2. I don't have any lumberjack stuff going. Sorry, NAU fans. I've also got the U of A box. Have a lot of U of A friends, so I also did the U of A box. The question for the U of A fans, if they want to win the U of A box: what were the original school colors for the University of Arizona? So those are our 2 trivia questions. If you want to win the U of A box, tell me the original school colors. The ASU box,
Is the original mascot.
our original mascot.
Now let me ask you this.
Okay.
Do we know the answers to these?
We do know the answers to these, of course, because we got on the internet and did a little Googling and came up with these before.
Interwebs.
Yeah, well, you know, like us, you said earlier, we're on TV. Well, I go, no, we're not. We're on
We're in
the
TV
World
land.
Wide
We're
Web.
in TV land right now.
Yeah, it's better, bigger.
Now I covered this up because I was hoping to get it.
I know, but the thing
Simmering
is,
a
you
little
want
more.
you want the water to boil away, which is the whole thing. So I am a little. Usually, I do this in a straight-sided skillet
Okay.
on the stove, and you
That
want
makes
to
sense.
keep it. Well, I was just thought we have some problems with being able to see us really good back there on that stove. You and I have not mastered that skill of cooking.
Hey, we're just learning.
I know. This is our third show.
I know. I'm very proud
Yeah.
of you. We are all very proud of you.
We're doing really good. I am astounded at your guys' comfort level in the kitchen. You know, I've heard tales, but I've gotten to see it for myself, and I'm impressed, man.
There's one potent drink.
Well, the one you made me last time was pretty potent. Oh, Andy, our cake's going. I think your cake is ready. So you keep watching this,
Okay.
making sure your pasta doesn't stick. Everything is in it. When I do this, normally in a straight-sided skillet on the stove, you want it to be at a high boil, which it's not achieving right now. You want it to be at a high boil the whole time, and it takes 15 minutes from start to finish for this pasta to be done. The water will completely be absorbed by the pasta, and when it's finished, I put it in a bowl, and I am astounded that the water's all gone, because I was always a boil the pasta girl. How does the cake look, Andy?
I'm not quite sure. I was wondering if there's
Let's
a
have a
trick to tell
look.
how it's done.
Ooh, it's not done.
yeah.
I would say we want 4 more minutes
4 more
on the
minutes.
cake.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
4,
tell you
maybe
this.
5.
Jane, this smells incredible.
I really like this because I like no meat days.
Right.
And this is a wonderful no meat. You know, we talk about, I don't do a whole lot of vegan stuff, although I do really like veggies a lot. I added the mushrooms to this recipe and the zucchini. When I found the recipe, it was just the pasta, onion, and tomato. And then we're going to put some crushed red, oh, where's my spices? So we're gonna put some crushed red chili pepper in it.
We're gonna put some basil in it.
At the end, because we don't want the basil to get treated too harshly by
Right.
all that heat, right?
But
So,
you could, I mean, you could add chicken, or you could add.
I think shrimp would be really,
Oh,
really
yeah.
wonderful with this. And actually, when we, after we close down the cameras and we all go and do our own thing, we are going to have this with some mild Italian sausage.
Oh wow.
So, which is really lovely. Again, I like it with no meat. And I know you do a lot
I
of
would
no
like-
red meat at your
Right,
house, don't
right.
you?
That's how my lady likes it.
I've been trying to do turkey lately at my house, incorporate, and this is just, I'm so bad with the cooking thing. It's about a quarter teaspoon of red, it depends on how spicy you want it.